Okay, are you part of it yet? A big shakeup in the social media world. Some are even calling it the Twitter killer. In a surprise early release, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is officially out with its answer to Elon Musk's Twitter. It's called Threads, kind of like the clothing. Just 2 days ago, Zuckerberg announced that the app would be releasing tomorrow morning, but then he surprised everyone by releasing it early at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And just that announcement of the app gave Meta a $30 billion stock value bump this morning. That's actually more than the value of Twitter. So we want to bring in our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman, who has been closely following all this. And Scott, of course, I know you were one of the first people in the newsroom to sign up for the app the moment it was released. I have mine now, too. I know you've had about 3 hours to play around with it, so you're ahead of me. So it looks on the face of it like Twitter's, right? And were you surprised that he kind of bumped it up and got it out this fast?
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise, Jessica. Although if you think about it, this has been a really, really bad week for Twitter because of the rate limits that Elon Musk bafflingly put onto an advertising-supported site, somehow keeping people away from tweets. And that doesn't make any sense. So you just knew in Meta headquarters they wanted to bump this up as fast as possible while Twitter was vulnerable. They did that. They came out with it even a day earlier than they expected. We had a lot of buzz here in the newsroom. I heard from a lot of friends, a lot of tech workers who said they've got to get on this and try it. As you see right there, it does look a lot like Twitter. There are some differences right now. Twitter is still the place for DMs so far, and they're trying to get some some video onto Threads. But right now, it's really this back and forth where people are talking about Threads on Twitter, and they're talking about Twitter on Threads, and that's exactly what Meta wants right now, is to start this discussion and generate this buzz.
Well, the thing, Twitter has been so erratic, in the last couple of days, or actually weeks, and especially this weekend when we saw that they were saying, okay, we're going to limit how many tweets you can read. So this comes out now. And if I understand correctly, from what I'm looking at it when I see it, if I have an Instagram account already, I can migrate those people over once they also get onto Threads. They'll show up in my Threads feed as well, right?
Right, and that's the big difference between a lot of the smaller sites that are trying to take on Twitter, a la Blue Sky or Spill. With Instagram, you have potentially 2.5 billion users that can come over to this new site. And if you have an Instagram account, you're able to get onto Threads and invite all of your friends and followers from Instagram to come over to the new site, to Threads. If they want to, they'll follow you there. This, according to Mark Zuckerberg, is a more newsy sort of way to get information, text-based information, as opposed to Instagram, which is more social and photo-based. And if they can get that 1-2 punch going, it could be very popular. Hence why Wall Street gave such a big boost to Meta stock this morning.
Yeah, I'm going to play around with it a little bit later, but do we get to say thread me, or what's going to be the lingo for asking people to join you? Come thread me.
It's just a few hours old. I think we're going to get a whole lot of lingo. Remember how long it took to build your platform and to build your profile, whether you did it on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. These things take time, and also we've seen a lot of social media flash in the pans. It'll be interesting to see if having Instagram behind this one, which means a lot of money and a lot of people, could potentially make this a legitimate challenger to Twitter, which has really been the place to get news for years.
Okay, we shall see. I know you're going to be back with me in a little bit. We're going to talk about millennials and buying power and why they may stay in the rental space for very long. So I'll see you in a little bit.